Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Neymar's latest signature football boot, the Nike. In 2014, Adidas released this signature colorway for the man himself, Lionel Messi, in the form of the F50 Adizero, and the Messi version was a little bit different in terms of the upper being constructed entirely out of hybrid touch, but this colorway in particular stands out more or less as part of the Samba pack, in that it took that pack and utilized all four colors, kind of creating a rainbow on the upper with a neon yellow accent on the sole plate. 6 years later, Neymar, former teammate of Messi, now gets another signature colorway, which as you can see looks... So what we have here, and please excuse my Portuguese, is the Jogo Prismatico Nike Mercurial Vapor 13 Elite, the latest signature colorway for Neymar himself that unfortunately, because everyone is currently in quarantine, he probably won't be wearing for at least another month, but we'll see what happens with that. It also retails for the usual signature colorway premium of $270 rather than $250. Fun fact for you guys, the internal code name at Nike headquarters for this Neymar signature colorway was Messi'S Shadow. So what we're gonna do today is take a closer look at this colorway because there's a bunch of intricate details that you don't really pick up on in pictures, but I wanna point them out for you in this video. We'll talk a little bit about the Mercurial Vapor 13 Elite, even though we've discussed it countless times on this channel. And of course, we'll also take a look at how they fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, watch the entire review. And if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the little pop-up in the corner of the screen or the first link down below. That's gonna take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $270 retail price. I'm also gonna link all the takedown models, so if you're interested in any of the new Mercurials in this colorway, it's all there. As far as extras go, the boots come in a regular gray and black Nike box like you'll find with any top-end model, which means they also come with a string bag, and I have to tell you, we have an early contender for string bag of the year. It looks like this. It features all the same colors and patterns found on the boot, but obviously flattened out on the surface of a string bag. And I love the fact that the color fade is on a diagonal rather than straight up and down. Really gives it a cool look. Obviously the new Neymar logo there on the front, some Mercurial branding, black strings in the back of the bag. Disappointingly is just white in color. Either way, it is a very good string bag, perfectly matches the boots. It gets a string bag rating of 11 out of 12 3/4. As for the boots themselves, it's a pretty wild colorway that without question draws a lot of similarities to this 2014 Messi signature colorway, and I'm curious to know which one of these two you guys like better, because initially I thought, I kind of like the Messi ones, but now that I've seen the Neymar boots in person, I have to say that the amount of detail that's been incorporated into this kind of rainbow effect fade pattern is really nice. So it has a white Flyknit base, as you can see, and then that Flyknit base with the Nike Skin top layer has printed colors in the form of all these different patterns. You can see Neymar's old logo right there. There's a bunch of nods to past signature colorways from Neymar, as well as just random designs, I guess. I'm not exactly sure if everything on this boot has been explained, but if you look really closely, you'll definitely be able to pick out little details. But I love the fact that it actually fades really, really nicely. And if you look close, this is something that Nike has done before. It has almost this fingerprint-like pattern in terms of how it fades from one color to the next. And this is something that isn't really noticeable from a distance, but when you get up close on the boots, it's very, very apparent. And I just think it looks really good. So it's a royal blue at the back, fades into like a purple, eventually into a pink, eventually into an orange, eventually into a yellow, and then almost ends up being slightly green towards the tip of the toe, but it finishes volt, so depending on the lighting, it looks more green or yellow. You obviously have the new Neymar logo there on the top. It's just NJR for those that have a hard time reading that, because I don't think it's the most clear thing in the world. I'm not in love with the logo, I have to be honest. And then also, if we look at the heel, you can see that this is the left boot says Usaria, and the right boot says Alegria, which I believe corresponds to the tattoos that Neymar has on his legs, if I'm remembering correctly. Sorry if I'm wrong about his tattoos, just not that familiar with them. On the sole plate, you can see in the heel, it does have a translucent stud plate which allows you to see all of the pattern on the underside, where in the forefoot, they went for more of a solid plastic material that's a combination of Volt Yellow and black. Personally, I wish it would have been translucent at the front as well. I just think that looks a little bit cooler. Obviously, the pattern does continue along the bottom, but gets broken up because of the seam. Maybe not the finest execution of a transition in pattern from Nike here, but it still looks pretty cool. And then the other detail that you're gonna find here is in the form of the insoles. And I'm actually gonna remove both because they are somewhat mismatched, but you can see it features the exact same pattern, and again, has the fade, but they're just kind of reversed. So from heel to toe, the right and left foot is different. And then again, it does have the new NJR logo. Also, the Nike swoosh is a little bit different here, where you can see the positioning is kind of a little bit further back, typical of Neymar's signatures. And you'll also notice that it's actually fused on the surface, so it does have some thickness to it. It is a slightly harder material, but not something I would say is super noticeable when actually making contact with the ball. You can see it also has some texturing to it and is black with kind of like a blue glitter in it, which does look really nice, although again, it's a very subtle detail. As far as performance and construction is concerned, there's really nothing different about this colorway other than the Nike swoosh, which is such a minor thing, you're really not gonna notice it anyways. But as I've talked about on this channel before, the Vapor 13 Elite is one of those football boots that's very difficult for me to criticize. I think in the speed category, everything that you would want out of a speed boot, the Vapor 13 Elite does almost better than everything else out there. It is lightweight, it fits extremely tight, giving you that one-to-one connection. It's remarkably responsive. It's also really comfortable considering how tight it fits. The touch on the ball, because of this Flyknit upper, is thin. It's not really the truest barefoot sensation we've ever had from a Mercurial. I think you have to go back to the Tahitian synthetic days to really get that, but the touch on the ball is still fantastic and very consistent across the entire foot. The anatomic sole plate gives you also a very connected feel to the base. Also lots of stability because of that, just because you feel like you're sitting closer to the ground. The stud pattern, very aggressive. This of course being the FG layout, pretty much best in class when you're talking about that as well. And as a whole, it's just an extremely well-rounded speed boot that's very difficult to criticize. And if you look really closely, you can see the ACC technology. See it? I should also mention, because Neymar himself actually wears the Vapor and not the Superfly, which are basically the same boot anyways, this colorway is only available in Vapor form. So I've swapped out the stock white laces, which look great, but because it's white lace on top of a white Flyknit base, it's gonna get dirty very easily. Not to say that it looks bad, but I've changed them for some black reflective SR4U replacement laces, which obviously accent with the black swoosh, as well as the black details you have throughout the boot. But also, I feel like the little bit of contrast actually makes the colors pop that much more. It's a great way of changing up the style of your boots in a very inexpensive way. If you're interested in some replacement laces for yourself, the website to visit is www.sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a little pop-up on screen, as well as a link down below in the description. So if you're interested in some for yourself, be sure to go ahead and check that out. On feet, I have to admit that these look really good. If you're a fan of bright and flashy boots, I think there's a lot to like about these, and I particularly like the repositioning of the Nike swoosh on the Mercurial silhouette. Just think it looks really clean. As far as the fit and feel of the boots are concerned, they're no different from other colorways of the Vapor 13 Elite. A nice tight wrap around your foot. Obviously a super thin upper with the Flyknit construction. The anatomic sole plate base, I think, is a signature aspect of the feel of the Mercurial these days. And the boots as a whole just feel really secure and kind of connected to your feet. It really does have that one-to-one connection. As far as width is concerned, it's a Mercurial. It has that signature tight Mercurial fit, very low volume. Definitely trending towards being more narrow, but not to the point where I think you have to have narrow feet to wear these. As long as your feet aren't super wide and you like the fit of tight-fitting boots, you've perhaps worn Mercurials in the past, I think you're gonna be really happy with the way that these wrap your feet. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you're looking to order some for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So in conclusion, I think Messi would be proud. Anyways guys, that's it for my review. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, either the top end Elite model or any of the takedowns, click the first link down below. That's going to take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal retail price. If you have any questions, as always, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll do my best to get an answer out to you. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.